It happened this month. I put away a puzzle that I was working on. I got barely through a quarter of the way and then I just said enough. And in this edition of the Puzzle Pulse, you'll find out which one I did not finish. Hi, I'm Sandra from the Puzzling Canadian and welcome to my channel. This is the November edition of the Puzzle Pulse where I share with you what's going on in my puzzling world. And this month there has been an array of emotions I've been experiencing around my puzzling hobby, all the way from frustration to satisfaction and then sadness. So in this video, I'll share with you how all these emotions came about, and towards the end of the video, I'll share with you a small puzzle haul that I had this month. At the beginning of the month, I participated in an online speed puzzling competition with the Canadian Jigsaw Puzzle Association. So they hold these fairly frequently throughout the months, one a month. They do for individuals and they do for pairs. So this is how it works. It's sponsored by Puzzles Canada. They're the ones who end up shipping out all the puzzles, and they try to do a different puzzle brand each month so we can experience different puzzle brands. So for the month of November, it was Anatolian puzzles. So you go online, you register, they'll end up sending you a puzzle in a box, and it's going to be labeled competition puzzle, do not open. And you just hold on to it until the day of the event. That one over there is for the next event right here that's coming up. So that's what I have waiting for me. So on the day of the event, what ends up happening is you set up your laptop or your phone so that you can participate in the Zoom meeting, and the camera of the phone or the laptop should be pointed so that they can see your puzzle as you're assembling it. You have 2.5 hours to complete the puzzle. They do have two categories: championship round, novice. Championship round is if you are fairly quick and can do it within an hour and a half, and then novice is if you take longer. So of course I went into the novice category. Everything is happening at the same time. So on the day of the event, you bring the puzzle to the table. They'll tell you when to open it once everybody's there. So you open the box and you can see what puzzle you have. So on the day of the event, once I opened that box, this is what I ended up seeing. It was an Anatolian 500-piece puzzle called Cool Cat Cuisine. And the first thing I started thinking was, okay, this is not so bad. I think I can do this. I started to think about how I'm going to approach it, what areas I may want to do first. And then they'll sit there and say, okay, if everybody's ready, set your timers, open the puzzle, and then we begin. And I just go quickly, started sorting, flipping my pieces, and trying to work on certain sections. As I started working on this puzzle, I quickly started to realize that this puzzle is not going to be easy. And it was not, because as I'm progressing and I'm working on the puzzle, we're asked to turn off our mics. But when you finish your puzzle, you turn on your mic and you say done. So you're working on this puzzle. And then all of a sudden you're starting to hear people, like right after the 30-minute mark, you're hearing them done, done, done. And you start to feel, or at least myself, I start to feel a little deflated, like, oh my goodness, they've already finished. And you just keep going, you keep going. And then, after an hour, you have a few more people. I think by the time after 90 minutes or close to 2 hours, I start to realize I don't think I'm going to finish this puzzle. It's just not going quick enough. And another challenge I face is that you're doing it for 2.5 hours. And I'm not used to sitting for 2.5 hours working on a puzzle. I take breaks continuously. So, that added also to the frustration. And sometimes, you have to set that frustration aside because it takes away from the focus of the speed puzzling competition. But that's something I need to work on. So I'll show you what the puzzle looked like at certain points. At 1 hour, I quickly took a picture, and this is what it looked like, how much I had done after 1 hour. Now, people have already finished the puzzle, and this is where I was at. So, going very slowly. And then at 2 hours, this is what it looked like. And when it hit 2.5 hours, which was the time allotted, this is what I had completed. So I still had you know, some pieces, a lot of pieces to put together. What happens at that point, if you're not finished, at 2.5 hours, the Zoom meeting ends, and then you just continue working on the puzzle, and then you provide to them at a later date a picture of your puzzle with the timing so that they can put it on the records. So how did I end up doing at the end? Well, it took me 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 11 seconds to do a 500-piece puzzle. So I'm not happy with that time, but I'm very happy that I actually participated in the event so that I know what I need to do in order to improve. You don't know, or you can't get better unless you put yourself in that situation so that you can improve your timing. And it wasn't too bad. It was, you know, in the end, I enjoyed myself. Participating with others doing this competition. I think I just need to concentrate on staying focused and calm while other people are completing the puzzle, and not let that distract me from like just focusing on that image and trying to do my very best. So at the beginning of November, I released a video called Quitting a Puzzle. And if you haven't had the chance to see this video, I'll attach the link down below. Now, in this video, I shared with you 3 puzzles that I'm working on, and all 3 of them have been giving me a challenge. And I wasn't sure if I was going to make it, if I was going to quit one of these puzzles. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I actually did quit one of them, and I decided recently to also provide a survey on my community tab, my YouTube channel, and to see what you think is the puzzle that I ended up quitting. And so far, the day of recording, the lead is the Hey Witch puzzle. So most of you think that that's the one that I ended up quitting. However, in actual fact, that was not it. The one that I ended up quitting was the Otter House Autumn Walk puzzle. And you know, you would think that, oh, it looks like it's the easiest one, but I was not enjoying myself with that one. And you, the viewers, through your feedback, you know, reminded me that puzzling is supposed to be fun and enjoyable. And there's so many other puzzles to puzzle. If it's causing frustration, it's not really worth it. It's supposed to be a relaxing hobby. And you're right. You reminded me of that, and I thank you. So I was a little reluctant at first, but then I made the decision and I packed it up. And once I did that, I was satisfied with my decision. I didn't even think about it. And I just moved on to my other puzzles. So the Hey Witch puzzle, what happened to that? Well, that one is in hibernation. A viewer used that term, and I love it. And I think I'm going to use it more often. It's in hibernation. I packed it up in a plastic bag. I don't want to put it away. I still want to work on it, but I think I need to work on it at a different time, or when there's a little bit more lighting, because I was struggling a little bit with it. I did get about a quarter of the way through, and I'm looking forward to working on it. I'll just, you know, pull it out when I'm in the mood to work on it. And then I took all my energy and I focused on that 2,000-piece puzzle. So this puzzle is a thrift store puzzle, and it, you know, I ended up getting it at a very good deal, and I just was curious to find out if it was complete. So I worked on it, you know, through the majority of November, and it did cause a lot of frustration. There was the leaves, the flowers, like they were very similar, the pieces. Sometimes it was very difficult to distinguish. Many times when I was getting towards the end of that puzzle, there were pieces that I could not find. And I just thought to myself, well, there you have it. That's the missing piece. I'm going to put all this energy into the 2,000-piece puzzle, and I'm going to have some missing pieces. But I ended up finding them. So in the end, the puzzle, I ended up finishing it, and I was so thrilled to see that every single piece was there. Oh, I was just so delighted, and I was satisfied that I kept to it. And there's nothing like that feeling when you're working a lot of hours on that puzzle and you get it done. You just are so thrilled with your progress and all the efforts you put through. And I ended up gluing that puzzle, and now it's on my wall. So it's a lovely image. I really do like the image, but the image was challenging, and I'm glad I stuck to it. I'm so thrilled because it's a 2,000-piece puzzle. I got it for $5.99 Canadian, and I had a 20% coupon. So what a great price for a 2,000-piece puzzle, and it's such a pretty image. I am glad that I stuck with it and I persisted through it. At the beginning of November, Game and Hobby Zone in Toronto announced that they will be closing their store. They've been around for a very long time, servicing the puzzling community. They provide excellent service. They worked so hard during that pandemic to get those puzzles out to all us puzzlers, especially when we needed it the most, and we are very grateful for that. I'm very sad to see them closing. I love their store. I love their selection, but I'm happy for them, and I wish them all the best as they move on to a new chapter in their life. At the time of recording this video, Game and Hobby Zone is having a 33% off retirement sale. So that's a pretty good discount. If you want to add more puzzles to your collection, I'll attach the link below. I think they ship to both Canada, throughout Canada, and to the USA. So I went to their website when they announced that sale and to pick up a few more puzzles to add into my collection. And I was focusing on mainly the 500-piece puzzles so I can practice. And I was selecting different images. So I was trying to pick images that I do not have in my collection right now. So this is what I picked up in their retirement sale. First up is the New York Puzzle Company. And this one here is called Summer Escapes. I just like the color, and I like doing New York Puzzle Company because sometimes with their 500, I find mostly with their 500-piece puzzles, they have like random cuts. So it allows me to practice random cut puzzles. Then I picked up an art puzzle. I really do like art puzzle, and I thought that this one would be very nice. It is called, let's see here, Tiger Moon. And I like it because all the dark, but then you have a whole light section here with the moon. So a very different image. I don't have many of these type of images, so I wanted to add that to my collection. The next one I picked up was this Clementoni puzzle, and it's called Colorful Cupcakes. I picked this one up because this was a puzzle of several months ago for the online competition with the Canadian Puzzle Association. So they have their times listed. So I want to give it a try, and look how busy this is. This is going to be quite the challenge. So I wanted to work on it and then compare my totals to what happened during their online competition. The last one I picked up was also a Clementoni 500-piece puzzle. Look at that colorful one. It is called Squares. And this is not my usual style image, and you know, I wouldn't normally pick this up, but that's what made me put it in my cart, because it is something different and, you know, provide a challenge for me, and I might end up enjoying it. There you have it. That is the Puzzle Pulse for the month of November, and I have to say it was quite an interesting month. So many ups and downs, so many different feelings going on. If you enjoyed this video, please tap that like button and kindly leave a comment down below on any one of those topics or all those topics. I thank you for stopping by my channel and viewing this video. Until next time, happy puzzling.